Hi there, it's your coach Nadia here, and today I'm bringing you your foam rolling, stretch, and energize class. Like I mentioned, you're going to need your foam roller for today. So make sure to grab it and let's get started. We'll begin sitting on our foam roller. You're going to take a seat right on top. So make sure your glutes are right in the center with your feet out in front of you and your hands behind you. Go ahead and draw your knees to one side and then shift your weight forward and back so that you're rolling back and forth on your glutes. Feel free to go right to the hip line, kind of where you hear that, feel the top of your hip bone, and then all the way down towards the bottom of your glute. I'm going to stay here, let's say for about 30 seconds. If you want a little bit more, then you're welcome to pause this video. When you're ready, pause in the center and then go ahead and rotate your knees to the other side. You want to make sure to hit both sides evenly. Although you might find out that one side feels a little bit tighter than the other. So as I mentioned before, pause the video and get your extra time in. Oh, feels so good. The thing about foam rolling is that it helps to invigorate your muscles. And also, if you feel any tightness, it helps to loosen it. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and pause in the center. I want you to sit in front of your foam roller. You're going to shimmy your hips forward about a foot in front of the roller and lay back. Hug your torso and lift your hips up off the floor, then roll forward and back. Oh, yeah. Many of my clients say that this is their very favorite exercise. Let me make sure. Feel free to lean your torso to one side so you can get deeper into your back muscles and shoulders as well. And then lean to the other. You can roll all the way to the top of the shoulder, just making sure that you don't roll over your neck. Your spine is sensitive. You don't want to overdo it. When you're ready, sit your hips on the ground. Roll to one side, making sure you're at the side of your chest. Now, depending on how much you have up here, you can roll up and down. You won't need to lift your hips up off the floor. So just a little shimmy up and down. If that doesn't feel quite right, then start moving your arm instead. You can draw your elbow forward and back or reach your hand back and forth with a long arm. This helps get into this will help get into the muscles at the top of your rib cage, the side of your chest, and right underneath your shoulder line. You don't need to spend a whole lot of time here to get good results. So when you're ready, go ahead and switch to the other side. If you're reaching your arm, feel free to turn your palm facing up. This can actually help set your shoulder, so you got good posture. The final one we'll do today is come onto the front of your thighs. Almost like you're about to take a plank position. You're going to lay over the top of your foam roller, bring your forearms down to the ground, and then from here, go ahead and roll forward and back. You're welcome to keep your core muscles soft, so don't engage your abdominals too much here, unless you feel any pinching in your back. Engaging your core muscles may actually make you tighten your hip flexors as well, and we want everything to stay as loose as possible on this. You can even shift your hips to one side so your knees roll to the other. You can really get down deep into your quads. And then roll them to the other side. Okay, that's all the foam rolling we're going to do. Let's put our foam roller aside and get into your shoulders. I want you to bring your hands up to your shoulders, kind of like you're doing the chicken dance. You're going to bring one elbow forward and then the other, like you're rowing a boat. Now go ahead and roll forward and back like so. And then find a way to organize your breath. What I like to do is take a nice long inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, for 4, and then exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping your breath organized will actually help you to maintain. Keeping your breath organized will help you to maintain a lower heart rate, which is going to allow you to go longer during your workouts. Practice it now and you'll get good at it when you're actually doing those intense strength training sessions. Let's reverse directions. Take it backwards. You can have a slight rotation in your torso. Just make sure you're spotting. So your eyes are directed forward, ideally towards the video. You may start to feel a burn in your shoulders. That's a good thing. Of course, if you need to take any breaks, you're welcome to it. Just pause the video and you can come back to it when you're ready. We'll stay for a few more seconds. Good, and stop. Go ahead and tilt your head to one side. Take a few breaths in and out. Try not to push your neck out to the side. What you want to do is let it gently soften and relax. And tilt your head back just gently a little bit. And then tilt your head forward just a little bit. We'll roll the head to the other side towards your other shoulder. One shoulder might feel tighter than the other. One side of your neck might feel tighter than the other, and that's completely normal. Go ahead and tilt your head slightly forward. Take a few breaths. Tilt your head slightly back. Take a few breaths. And bring it back to the center. Let's come on to hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. As you inhale, arch your back, lower your belly down towards the floor. Look up towards the sky. And then exhale, draw your belly in, tuck your chin, and round your spine. So you're going to inhale, arch your back, look up, lift your tailbone. Then exhale, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, draw your belly in. Think about making rainbows with your spine. Feel free to make these big or small, depending on how your body feels. When you're ready, pause in the center, somewhere with a neutral spine. And then I want you to bring your right shoulder towards your right hip. And that will extend your left shoulder and left hip away from each other. And then we'll switch to the other side. You want to think about making little crunches on your side body, going from one to the other. Don't forget to organize your breath again. This is a great way to elongate your side body. Get so much compression from sitting throughout the day. And pause in the center. I want you to bring your knees a little bit closer together for stability. You're going to lift one knee off the floor and then make circles as if you were to paint on the sidewall. Make a few circles in one direction and then switch to make a few circles in the other. A few circles in one direction, a few circles in the other. And then we'll just do that for a little bit. On this one side, whew, my glutes are already starting to feel it. Just to lubricate the hips. And then slowly release that knee to the floor. We'll switch to the other side. Doesn't matter which side you start off with, as long as you make a few in one direction, a few in the other. Lower your knee down to the ground. Take a seat. And bring your feet out in front of you. Your hands behind you. Your feet should be a little bit more than hip distance apart. What we're going to do is lower the knees to the side. Your hips will rotate. You can bring them back to the center and then rotate them to the other. From one side to the other. And then continue at a pace that feels good for you. Remember that you should never push your body to go further than it will. Or remember that you should never push your body to go further than it feels comfortable. If you feel any pinching, any intense tightening, then back off a little bit. Make smaller waves. And take a few more rounds. And then we'll pause in the center. From here, I'm going to have you bring your hands to your thighs. Go ahead and take a comfortable seated position. I like to send my legs out in front of you. This is super comfortable for me. If you want to cross your legs, you can do that instead. I'm going to have you place your hands on your thighs or on your shins. And go ahead and rock forward with your torso. You're going to make a circle. And then when you lean back, lift your chest a little bit. You're going to roll, make a circle in one direction, and lift your chest. And take a few more rounds in that side. It's a good idea to keep your gaze focused on one point in front of you so you don't get dizzy. And of course, you can make the circle small or big, your preference. We'll pause and go the other way. Take a few more rounds. Go ahead and pause. All right, to finish off our practice today, we'll do a little tapping practice. So again, take your comfortable seat. I want you to bring your hands out in front of you. You can go ahead and bring your palms together and then brush them together as fast as you can. We're going to brush them together. Go ahead and pick up the pace and build up the heat. You feel the heat pooling in your palms and in your fingertips. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, blow the energy into your hands. Then turn one palm down, go ahead and tap the top of it. Go all the way up to the line of your shoulder. Then flip your palm over and bring it back down. Do the same on the other arm. And take your fingertips to your forehead. Take your fingertips to the top of your head and tap. We'll go all the way down the line of the body. Back of your head, down your forehead and cheeks, to your jaw, your ears, back of your neck, front of your neck, down to your collarbone, back to your shoulders, to your chest. Make those taps bigger. Side of your chest with your palms, your belly, your back, your hips, your glutes, and go down one thigh all the way to your foot. And up again. Go down the other thigh. All the way to your foot. And back up again. Come up your torso again, nice and quickly. To the top of your head. And then brush it all off. Bring your palms to the center of your heart. Take a full inhale, fill up. Big exhale to release. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. I hope it left you energized. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow.